Hey there guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to make this fire pit from start to finish. Ever since I made this pit about 3 to 4 years ago, I've gotten great feedback from friends, family, YouTube subscribers. Everybody just wants to know a little bit about it, and I would say 95% of the people really like it. It's basically just steel, masonry sand, and stone. Pretty simple to build, a little bit of labor, but something pretty much anybody can do. So ever since I've gotten the questions, I've always wanted to make one. So as I do with some of my side projects, I put it on Craigslist, and I figured, you know what, I'll build one for somebody, and I will video the process and kind of show you how it goes together. Well, I've gotten tons of calls and emails since then, so I don't know how many of these I want to build, but this will be the process of how I build one of them. Okay, now that I have all my pieces set out, the links, I'm going to drill some holes in the ends of them so that I can, once I bend them around, I'll be able to attach them with some bolts. So I've just used a scrap piece of wood to have some measured out holes so that when I do bend these around, everything's going to be perfectly lined up. So I'm just going to line this with the edge, and that's why I put that mark there. And then basically I'm just going to hold that there. I'm going to use my drill. Each one of these areas, I'm just going to score a little mark. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see that, but I have a little indentation in each one of these places, and now I'll go ahead and drill my holes. So for this step, I'm going to be attaching my outer ring together. This is that 50-inch or 51-inch piece that was a little bit more than half, and I'm going to put it on one of the 8-foot pieces. This is going to make the outer ring. So I've got my my bolts already protruding through the bottom here, and I'll just line up these holes. Hopefully they're going to be lined up just perfect. And they are. So I'll put a nut on each one. Then once I get this attached and tight, then I will start bending this around and forming the general shape. Now that we've got the outer ring put together, that was pretty much the easy part. The second part is going to be bending the inner ring. And on this one, as you can see, because it's a shorter piece of metal, and it's not necessarily hard to bend, but to bend around where the ends meet, where I can line up the holes, gets a little difficult. So I've just taken a little time to pre-bend these ends, and hopefully they're going to line up a little bit better. But once we get that made, then what we're going to do is make some wooden blocks to help get the final form and shape of this. So I finally got both of these rings bent and connected. Now, right now they're basic circles, but they're kind of oblong and they're not bent quite to perfection. And it's really hard to do that without a machine, which I don't have any sort of bending machine. So this is the section where I'm going to use a little bit of math. And believe it or not, sometimes you do. And what I'm going to do is put wooden blocks in here. But what I want to do first is find out my true circumference of the inner ring and the outer ring. And once you find your circumferences, you're going to want to find your diameter from there. That's super simple. All you have to do is divide by pi, 3.14. So the circumference of this one is 144 inches. So if I divide by 3.14, it's going to be approximately 45.5 inches in diameter. That's going to be the diameter. This one, I think, was like 94.5 inches circumference, so the distance around. And that's going to make this about 30 inches in diameter. And now those diameters are assuming these are true perfect circles. Right now they're a little bit oblong, but what I've done is the difference between those diameters is about 15, almost 15.5 inches. So knowing that, basically what I want to do is split that in half. So 15.5 gives me 7 3/4 as a spacer width through all of this. So basically what I've done is cut a bunch of 7 3/4 inch blocks, and when I put them in here, these you'll see these rings bend and shape into pretty much near perfect circles. So it's a super simple way to do it without, you know, having professional bending equipment.